wipers. Truck needs a bath anyway. It's awful dusty. But see, I talked to you last on Monday night, and we were waiting for the guy that was moving. We were supposed to meet him in Iowa City and drop his car off at 6:30. And then he had backed it off to 8:30, which is going to kill my clock. And 8:30, I give him a call because I hadn't heard from him yet. And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." He goes, "We ate a steakhouse in Des Moines. We're just leaving Des Moines." And he's like, "It's going to be about 10:30 by the time we get back." And he goes, "That's going to be too late, and we're going to be too tired." So he's like, "How about we do this in the morning?" And so I said, "Yeah." I said, "How about we drop it off about 4:30? That's when my 10 hours is up, because I got deliveries to make. I had those 2 other cars I had to drop off, plus a van and a van to pick up." And so anyway, he was not on board with doing that at 4:30 in the morning, so he would only meet me at 7. So I get to his house about 6:30. The car unloaded. There's no lights on, no vehicle in the driveway, nothing in the garage. So I knocked on the door, didn't hear nothing. Shot him a text. Here to find out that a 4-hour drive was apparently too much for him. So he stopped a half hour short and got a hotel. So he was just leaving the hotel at 6:45, got there about 7:15. And I was half tempted to not unload, get a hold of the broker, and see if I can get anything for detention pay or whatever, since I sat for about 12, 13 hours longer than I was supposed to. And but if I did that, broker, it was like 9 o'clock by the time the broker opens. 8 o'clock his time, but he's in Mountain Time, I was in Central. And so I was either sit around till 9 before I unload the car and try and get some detention pay out of the deal. And if I did that, it pretty well guaranteed me to miss all my deliveries, which is going to put me back a full day instead of being behind a half a day. So I decided just to unload the car, get on my way, get the thing off of it, and just be done with it. So then we had room for that van to load up after that. So I headed to Chicago to load a van up. I was supposed to go to Shipshewana, and it was an Amazon van. And I get to the dealership, and they're like, "Well, we can't release it. Nobody's paid the storage fees on it." So I had to get a hold of the broker. The broker had to get a hold of the dealer, get the storage fees paid, and that took about an hour. And then it took them 45 minutes to dig the van out and bring it around front. And they come out to the front, and it was a van truck, like a straight truck. I was like, that is not a van. And on the BOL, it said it was 280 inches long, which I called a bunch of the Amazon Pro Masters, the Rams, and me and the broker were both under the assumption that it was just a Ford, same thing. And no, this is a box truck. It's 11 foot tall. It's like, I don't know, 23, 24 foot long. So it was not going to fit on my trailer at all. So I called the broker back, tell him what it is. He's all worked up because it has to get delivered. I was like, the only thing you're going to do with this thing is drive it. So he's trying to talk me into driving this thing to Shipshewana. And I was like, yeah, that ain't going to work. I'm like, I got 2 other loads to drop off. I was like, plus, I said, how am I supposed to get back? I was like, this ain't going to work. So I called and canceled that one after, it was about 2.5 hours after that whole ordeal. So I just kind of topped off the morning with the late delivery of the car. So then I dropped off the box motorcycle parts, dropped off the wrecked, what that was. I don't know what kind of car that was anymore. Got that delivered. And then halfway through, got it all unstrapped, got the Rams undone. And the guys were out helping me, getting ready to unload it. And all of a sudden, they poof, all disappear. Had no idea where they went. And there's this younger kid there. He walks up to me and he's like, "Well, it's 4 o'clock, and they're Muslims." He's like, "So they have to pray at 4 o'clock." I got nothing wrong with that, but it was just right in the middle unloading. Them guys never said a word to me, nothing, just poof, gone. So I had to sit there for, it was about 20 minutes before they came back out. so we could get the car pushed off, because it didn't run. They didn't have a forklift, so, and it had 2 flat tires. So there's no way I was going to unload that thing by myself, so I had to wait for them to come out so one guy could steer and me and another guy got it pushed off the trailer. And then it's probably about 6 o'clock by now. Called the dealership in Columbia City, and I knew they closed at 5, and I just called to see if by chance someone would be there. Here to find out, they actually have salesmen there till 8, so they told me I had till 8 to get there and drop it off. So ran over to Columbia City, got that last Chevy Cruze dropped off that was on the front of the trailer, and got back to Goshen and had about an hour left on my log. So I ran over to the yard, which is right across from the Amish Walmart, which any of you guys are in the Goshen area much, you know where that's at. And so I got the 2 campers loaded up and ran over to Walmart and parked for the night. So after that, yeah, we left, I don't know, 5 in the morning. Got Walcott, got fuel there, and then made it to Grand Island, Nebraska last night where I parked, and had really cheap fuel, like $2.79 I believe it was. So make sure I got the tanks packed full there this morning. But yeah, that's where we're at so far. We got 2.5 hours left till we're in Denver, Lakewood, and gonna hit up the Beacon and get everything washed and hopefully be delivering by noon, and then see what there is for cars. I checked last night and there wasn't much. Well, there's quite a few. There's actually a lot of loads coming out of the Denver area, but they don't pay crap, like 30 cents a mile, and I ain't gonna waste my time 30 cents a mile. So I will see. We'll probably decide just to deadhead home, maybe pick something up in Omaha. It seems like Sioux City, Omaha area, they always pay way better. You're better off deadheading there and picking up and getting something that goes out towards Chicago area. Usually pays more per mile, and let alone just more period for the load. But we'll check out Central Dispatch and see what we can find when we get unloaded and go from there. But we will probably see you guys again in Lakewood while we're unloading. We made it to the Blue Beacon, but by the looks of it, we're gonna be here a while. So, yeah, good thing we're about 2 hours early for our drop off. Supposed to be there at noon. Well, I guess we're about an hour early. It's almost 11 already. So, once these guys get out of the way, we'll get a wash job, and then we're gonna go deliver. All right, hour of sitting and waiting, and we are next. Time to get a bubble bath. Well, we made it to Windish RV in Lakewood, Colorado. And if you have never delivered here before, they have no parking at all inside their yard. It's so full. The employees actually park on Quail Street, which is the road right next to it, which is where we got to park, and that's where we get to unload at. So yeah, as you can see, we're literally right on the side of the road, and this is where we're going to drop them, and then they come down here with the forklift and pull them up to the dealership. Not ideal, but it works. So we are just now waiting for the check-in guy to come down on the golf cart and tell us if we can unload here or if he's got other plans. So until then, I sit and wait. It is now Friday, and we're deadheading home. I got on Central after unloading the campers, and there's quite a few coming out of the Denver area, but couldn't find much paying more, about 31 cents a mile. There was 3 Ford F-150s heading over towards Chicago that I could have grabbed from Denver, but it was like $900, and I don't know, to me that ain't worth it, I guess, because I can deadhead home. Like, depending on the wind and whatnot, I can get 18 to 20 miles a gallon empty, and we'll find some cars coming out of Omaha, Sioux City area for Monday morning, and usually I can get some cars out of there heading toward Chicago for anywhere from like $1,200 to $1,800. So I opted to go that route. Everybody's got their own opinions and the way they do things, but that's how I'm going to do it. I can get better fuel mileage on the way home and not have to deal with it and just pick up Monday morning, and more than likely I can actually put more money in my pocket going that route. But yeah, so we got parked, waiting for the guy to come down with the golf cart, tell us if we're good to unload. Usually we are, but you always want to wait just in case he has some other idea. And yeah, so once he told me I was good to unload, I was walking around the campers, and the back camper, one of my hooks on my straps had broke, which it wasn't broke when I left the Blue Beacon. I went to the truck stop right next door to it, went to the bathroom and checked my straps then, and all my straps were good. When I got to the dealership, yeah, one of my straps was broken and just laying over top of the axle of the trailer. And then we found some screws laying on the trailer, and found a couple of the braces for, I don't know what you want to call it, that skirting on the bottom, that aluminum trim. Found a couple of the braces that go to the frame and go out to that aluminum trim to hold it more steady. Some of those had broke and was laying on the trailer, but that's not driver damage, that's just poor quality. These campers are so cheap, it's not even funny. But yeah, so yeah, we got broken strap. There's some straps only about 2 months old, but we'll have to get a new one of those. But yeah, so like I said, we're deadheading home. We should be home, about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Just north of Omaha and 29, heading up towards Sioux City right now. And then tomorrow we're gonna do some maintenance on the truck. We gotta change oil, check tire pressures. I'll probably change the hub oil in the trailer. And then do some more service work on the wife's truck. Last weekend I got the rear end of transfer cases flushed. And so now we're gonna drop the tranny pan, do the transmission filters, and put some new fluid in that, and probably do the front differential. Hers might be ready for an oil change too. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at that when I get there, or when she gets back, actually. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up this week, and yeah, we'll probably do a video servicing some stuff, and then start over on Monday. Then we're in Grand Island, Nebraska. We got some more fuel there. Not sure if it's called Bolzman or Balsman. Not sure how you pronounce that place. But I had fuel for $2.79, I think it was, after fuel discount. So I made sure I filled up there, topped the tanks off, made sure they're packed as full as I could get them. And this oversized pulls up next to me hauling a tank. And it didn't have a turret or a gun on it. It had like a huge A-frame with a winch. So I was talking to that guy a little bit, and he was picking that up in Idaho, going to Georgia with it. He was telling me going up the mountains in Montana, he was down to 3 mile an hour. There's a 9 mile hill that was like 7% grade. He says 3 mile an hour. It took him 3 hours to go that 9 miles, like 1.5 miles a gallon. He said. Absolutely insane. But I'll put a clip of that here at the very end of the video and show you that. But I've never seen one of those before. He said it was actually used as a tow truck. So when they got tanks that get blown up, break down, shot up, or Humvees, he said this is basically what they go out and drag their equipment back to their bases with. But yeah, I think we're gonna end this week here. There's this clip anyway. And I'll put the video of that tank on the end of this, and we'll see you in the next one. This is the military version of a tow truck at 108,000 pounds, the guy told me. That thing is monstrous.